In the meantime, the beat with Ari Melber starts right now. Hi, Ari.
Hi, Katie. Thank you very much. Our top story tonight is not the president's word games and deflection. It is the substantive foreign policy crisis that is engulfing his presidency. A bipartisan chorus of national security experts, legislators, and Donald Trump's own staff say that he publicly failed in this now very controversial summit with Vladimir Putin. This fallout is intense even by the standards of this Trump era because Donald Trump made history in a bad way. And this is still sinking in for some, but this is the first time an American president ever joined a Russian leader to undercut our own intelligence. And that extreme conduct on the world stage has been so severe, so obviously counter to the U.S. national interest, that Donald Trump was facing overwhelming internal pressure to take it back somehow. So tonight, one day later, he is saying he misspoke at a single point when siding with Putin. Trump desperately trying to change the subject away from his own pandering towards an adversary to the absurd claim that it all boils down to a missing contraction.
I thought it would be obvious, but I would like to clarify just in case it wasn't. In a key sentence in my remarks, I said the word would instead of wouldn't. The sentence should have been, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't or why it wouldn't be Russia. So just to repeat it, I said the word would instead of wouldn't. The sentence should have been, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be Russia. Sort of a double negative. So you can put that in, and I think that probably clarifies things pretty good by itself.
Sort of a double negative. You can put that in. The president's referring to this.
They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be.
Trump was saying there's no reason why it would be Russia that hacked the U.S., as the CIA and DOJ have already found. That is Putin's message. Now, tonight, he wants everyone to change the would to the opposite word. We can go ahead and do it. There. He wants to change it to wouldn't. But that's not all. Trump is, let's be clear, trolling everyone. This is a trick we've covered on the show. He wants everyone to get angry and outraged and spend time responding to this literal word game. But that wouldn't be worth much time, because even if Trump amends one word from yesterday, the news tonight, what matters to America, is this foreign policy crisis is the same because his policy remains the same. Trump invoked Putin's denial of meddling and undercut the CIA and attacked Mueller. And he wants everyone to talk about this. You can see it in some of the headlines in the coverage, and make it about would versus wouldn't. If that sounds stupid, it's because it is stupid. And it's stupid by design, trying to push everyone to play the word game and then use this pettifogging to spin and pretend that maybe there was a mistake that is being corrected. MSNBC's Chris Matthews explained exactly what was going on when this news first broke today.
Spin is a two-step process. The first thing you do is you say something that your audience wants to hear. I made a mistake. Then, oh, he's being honest with us. And in that moment when they're buying it, you then tell them the lie again. It's a game. It's a technique. It's called spin.
It's called spin. So let's put aside the spin and go through the facts right now. Trump still failed to push for extradition of these newly indicted Russians at this meeting. He failed to pressure Putin in any way on that world stage. He failed to use diplomacy summit or the threat or actual reality of future sanctions to build the united front against Russia. He also failed to take the cyber attack seriously. That's embedded in all of these comments, which of course makes it harder to prevent them, for example, in the coming midterms. And that is part of why so many Republicans continue blasting him today.
It's the most pathetic display by an American president that I've ever witnessed.
President Trump was wrong yesterday in a major way, and I think it was a very embarrassing press conference.
To do that on a world stage was, for me, indefensible.
The Senate is not on the same page as the president.
I think it was a bad day for the president. I think he can fix it. I think he needs to fix it.
That is the substantive and important news tonight. That is the pressure that continues as Trump tries to distract. This is a foreign policy failure that the Trump-friendly Wall Street Journal is dubbing a national embarrassment, and which reveals Donald Trump to be a sad, embarrassing wreck of a man. That's according to conservative George Will, who says Trump is putting America last. Trump's hometown paper invoking his famous claim he might get away with shooting someone on Fifth Avenue, but today's cover casts the victim as Uncle Sam, a victim of quote-unquote treason. You know, in the long, rich history of trash talk, there is an old saying, "I wish you would," which people say when pushing someone to step up and provoke a fight. No one ever says, "I wish you wouldn't," when they mean, "I wish you would." And no one really believes that Trump said the opposite of what he meant and needed 24 hours to correct the record tonight. In other words, I'm basically giving you another way of noting that many people don't believe the president tonight. Not his spin about siding with Putin, not his original claims for why he keeps backing Putin instead of the U.S. and our CIA and our intelligence estimates and our DOJ. Why is the president putting another country first, according to so many experts, some of which I just showed you? That question's obviously disturbing. The possible answers, perhaps even more so. And that's where we begin our reporting tonight. I'm joined by Heather McGhee, a senior fellow at the think tank Demos, and David Rothkopf, a visiting scholar.